The Council for Economic Education, formerly the National Council on Economic Education, was founded 60 years ago by a group of business leaders and educators who saw the GIs pouring back into the workforce after the Second World War and a growing number of young people, the first of the baby boomers, entering the workforce, and realized that too many of them did not have a clue about how the world worked that they were going to work in. So we were founded with the mission of getting basic, practical, applied economics and personal financial decision-making skills into the core curriculum in the nation's schools, K to 12. How do you do that? Some bright people figured out that the best way to get to the kids is through their teachers, including parents as teachers, but primarily teachers in the schools. To get to the teachers, we developed a unique nationwide network of university centers. We have over 200 affiliated centers at universities across the country. We get to the teachers primarily, but not exclusively, through those centers because the teachers, school teachers, come to the centers for continuing education credit that they need. So we're constantly doing workshops for teachers at the different grade levels and in different subject areas, not only in economics or personal finance as standalone subjects, but in the social studies generally at the lower grades, in history, geography, in the sciences and math, to infuse some economics into what our young people learn while they're in school.
Do you have any statistics on how many teachers and or students per year you touch with your program?
Yes, we touch over 100,000 K to 12 teachers each year, and more when you start adding in the teachers we're reaching now with an online platform for professional development for teachers that we launched last year. So we're going to be reaching more teachers going forward, especially in underserved areas and in areas where there is not the availability of a university center.
And tell me again how many university centers you have?
Over 200 across the country.
And how does that work? Do you partner with 200 universities to teach this material?
Well, we're really a grassroots organization. We have affiliated state councils for economic education in the states, and we know that education matters are primarily handled at the state level. The decisions, there are things like the broad federal mandate for No Child Left Behind and so forth, but most education decisions are made at the state and local level. So those state councils are there to provide advocacy and support for the efforts within the states relating to the state standards. In many cases, the state superintendent of public instruction is on the advisory board or the board of the state council. And in turn, those state councils are charged with developing and supporting these university centers. They go to the universities, to the university president and say, have we got a deal for you? If you will give some of your faculty members who are interested in this subject some release time, whether it's in the School of Education, the Department of Economics, or the business schools, some cases a mix of those, people who are interested in pre-college economic and financial education. Give them some release time, an opportunity to do these workshops for teachers will help bring the local community, both the education community and the business community, closer to the university. So it's a neat delivery system. As I said, we worked last year with over 100,000 K to 12 teachers, and when you teach a teacher, it has what the economists like to call the multiplier effect. That teacher teaches 40 students this year, but 40 more the next year and the year after that, and so forth.
Your hope is you teach the teacher and then they take that back to the classroom.
Exactly. The heart of our mission and method is professional development for teachers, is teaching the teachers how to make the dismal science come alive in the classroom, and then arming those teachers with good materials and resources to do that. We don't do textbooks, we do supplemental materials. And our whole approach is active learning. by games and activities, especially at the lower grade levels, up to problem solving. One of our publications is detectives in economics, you know, problems, questions, and you try to solve them. Why is a hamburger cheaper in Chicago than it is in Kansas City where the cows are? Because they do the processing of the meat in Chicago.